Happy Friday! Welcome to the SourceFED podcast. Every Friday we get together and we talk about whatever the hell we want.
Damn straight,
Who knows? You may laugh, you may learn.
Heina? Is that okay to say? I don't know.
have no
I don't know what
idea.
that means.
That's my word.
What does it mean?
Heina.
Heina's girlfriend. I've told you.
Oh, yeah,
this.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Heina rhymes with. So guys, make sure you rate,
China?
review. We
Heina?
are on iTunes and we're also on YouTube. So if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, maybe do that one too. We have to say this because we want to be bigger than we are. And if you liked the show, then that means maybe someone
Do you
else.
think anybody's like, I'm big enough? Like,
Yeah, I'm good with this number. I feel settled.
I think Drake actually has a lyric like that. It's like, I'm big enough.
Can
No
I
one
be
else.
honest?
What?
On my personal channel, I could give two shits how many subscribers I have.
Yeah.
So I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Me either.
So what's
if
your-
anybody subscribed to youtube.com/William Haynes TV, it wouldn't even matter. But if you did, so
Like
What's yours?
it's not a big deal to me. It's easy to find.
that's
me. I'm not
because
gonna
Steve's
plug
not
my
thinking about
site.
the future. I wouldn't plug William Haynes TV if I hadn't already plugged.
It just means I'm not putting all my
youtube.com/William
eggs
Haynes
in
TV.
one basket.
I
is
can
what I'm saying.
hear
Technically,
the chit coming
Wait,
out of your mouth.
If you said you're not putting your eggs in one basket,
one basket.
by not putting eggs in that basket, you are putting your eggs in less.
I'm putting
baskets.
some eggs in that basket, just not all of them.
Can we change the subject and talk about expressions we hate?
Yeah.
One of them being put your eggs in one basket.
Why?
All your eggs.
Why do you hate
He
it?
started that, not me.
It's
I
a 6 in the one.
Okay, so yeah. So I was telling you guys, I was telling
Mom's
them
clever.
about how one of my biggest pet peeves is when people don't use expressions correctly. Or just even using them at all because
Yeah.
it drives me crazy. My mom says, I don't know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
First of all, I still don't know what it means. Also, she uses it for everything.
People
And you
like,
got so mad.
It makes me so angry.
people like that are 6 o'clock and one in a bush,
And two birds in the hand is worth one in the hand.
and one pair of glasses is worth 2 pints.
I'm going to do a quick round, see if you guys know who we're talking about. Hey, my name is Maude Garrett, at Maude Garrett. We've also got Bree Esrig. You are at Bree Esrig. We've got
Indeed.
Steve Zaragoza, who's at Steve Zaragoza.
got it.
Wow, we are so original. Except for William Haynes, who's at Mr.
William at Mr. William Haynes. You can also find me on She Didn't Text Back podcast and youtube.com/William Haynes TV. My father, he has a YouTube channel.
It's like there's water draining through and we need a plug.
Yeah.
Was
Oh, thank
William
God.
Haynes taken? Is that why you're
yes,
Mr. William
yes.
Haynes?
It's some guy has William Haynes. I'm like, dude, you don't even use this, and it's on private. I should
It's
message
on
you.
private.
Is
I'm
there
like,
a Steve
you don't-
Zaragoza in the
There's-
world?
No,
There-
I got Steve Zaragoza.
There's no other Steve Zaragoza in the whole
But like,
world.
have you Facebooked or whatever? You know, when Facebook first came out and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
first name, last name, I'm going to search everyone in the world.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I
Is
did
there,
that too.
who are the other William Haynes, Steve Zaragoza, or your real name, or Bree Esrigs?
None.
None.
There's no other Bree Esrig in the entire world. There are
No?
very few Esrigs in the world. There's like 12 of us total in the entire
Yeah,
world.
you couldn't even tell us what S-rig means.
No.
She can't tell us what where
Oh,
the,
yeah,
where
that
the
was a long
origin
time
of
ago.
S-rig is
Yeah.
from.
It's like the letter S had a really good body.
Oh,
God,
no, Maude.
Maude.
Wait, what did she
No,
just say?
hold on.
So here's the thing.
One in the
Maude
tree,
is like
6 in the
Maude
bush.
is a
S-
puns woman.
I hate puns.
No!
And today we're going to call it
Puns?
the Maudecast since she's leading it.
Puns are the breath of life.
I
mean,
love puns.
I like
will
puns,
never get
but
I will never get over puns.
I like puns that you don't realize for like another 10 minutes.
I can't wait till you start laughing then.
No,
I mean-
I like all puns. I like giving them all a chance. I will
That's
give
a
them
good
all
pun.
a chance.
I
You like all
that
jokes, I
Can we
mean-
just make a note that Will is stroking Steve's hand?
I don't
and
like
it's
all
so
Am I
jokes.
ever not?
That's
Am I
true.
ever
That's
not?
very true.
I think I realize I have like a legitimate like need for comfort, and Steve has never been like, it's too hot.
No, I don't hesitate.
Steve is so warm.
So warm.
He's a warm
I was
guy.
talking about. You should see Steve with our dog Catacomb. Steve just caresses Catacomb, just like gives him attention, looks him in the eye. I'm like, God damn, Steve, you're such a kind man.
I love all creatures.
Steve is Totoro. Have you ever seen the movie My Neighbor Totoro?
Yes.
That's Steve.
You
You
think
just want
that's
to jump
me?
on and give him a hug. That's you. You go in the forest and find this old man and you hug him or something.
Yes.
Don't be scared, Maude.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Feel his hand. Here, Steve. Extend
Feel
your
it.
hand.
Come here, Maude.
Hold her.
Let's have your. No, come close.
The-
You all
what's
right?
interesting
No.
though about Steve's hands is that Steve has man hands. The rest of his
I
body
don't
is
care.
little
Do you
boy
think
body.
I care? I don't care, Maude. Bring it in.
You're gonna get electrocuted.
Whoa, you are on fire.
Why are you dead?
Yeah. No, this is my thing. I think you're taking all of my heat and you always have been. Sometimes if my shoes are off, people will look at my feet and they went, wow, your feet died 4 weeks ago.
No, but why are you a cold corpse person?
I
right
don't
now?
have good circulation.
Oh, Sam too. Sam's like that too. Sam is freezing.
Yeah.
My hands and feet just Nothing.
I freeze blood.
It's because I'm a hot-blooded lover.
Now this week on the show, Steve is a hot-blooded lover.
Can you guys all hear
can't
yourselves
hear
in your
anything.
headsets?
I can hear myself a
at
little
all.
bit.
No,
Okay.
I got nothing.
No, wait, no.
I can't
I can hear
myself
myself a
at
little
all.
bit.
So
No.
fun
Hi, me.
fact, there is one other Maude Garrett in the
Who
world.
is it?
Another Maude Garrett.
Who is it?
Is she in
She's
Australia?
in Nebraska.
Who is it?
Oh, Nebraska.
What?
Yeah.
Does anybody watch this show in Nebraska? Please tell me. I want to
Maude
know.
Garrett. I
Where
think
you
I'm
from?
stealing all of her thunder, which sucks.
And it.
But she's
yeah.
she's a really cool geek, and she hit me up
Yeah.
on Facebook one time,
Stop
going,
it.
I see that you're in radio and television. Have you got any advice?" And I was like,
I
"Yeah,
hate-
have a kick-ass name." Oh wait, you do.
I hate people who try to talk to you when you really don't actually have anything in common, but they're like, "Oh, we got the same." I don't know you. You're a goddamn stranger from Nebraska.
But Maude Garrett.
We have the same
Oh, sorry,
name.
she's Maude Garrett. I'm
Garrett.
Maude Garrett.
You're
saying it.
Maude
Yeah.
Garrett.
You're Lord Garrett.
I'm Lord Garrett.
I still
That's
can't
a
hear
joke.
myself. You guys hear yourselves?
Yeah, is that a big issue for you?
It's such an issue. It
this
feels
is-
strange to me.
Can we just play with the knobs?
Maybe it's because I'm like.
Aw.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play with your.
You like that
your
one?
knobs.
Who's getting affected by right now?
I just-
Oh,
I-
I found mine.
I think my problem
I'm
is I
knobbed
can hear
up.
you and I can hear Will and I can't
Hello?
hear Bree and I can't hear myself.
well,
that
we're on a
better?
different plane than you guys, to be honest.
That's true.
Oh, I found mine.
What do you think that is?
This must be very interesting if you're listening to this podcast.
This is good podcast content.
Well, I'm
Darren.
saying the mics are actually V16 Visco.
I've got an S. Oh, now I'm good. What did you do?
Yeah, I
Something
touched this
happened.
one. I found your knob.
Oh, I'm gonna
Turn
touch
mine
your
way
knob. in
I
a
might have
minute.
You wanna
accidentally turned
calm
your
down.
knob down earlier. I'm sorry, I knobbed you, boy.
I want to hold on. Or go ahead.
Can
What
we
were
go
you gonna
back
say?
to what Will was saying about talking to people
That
that
you
just
don't have
name-
anything
they
in
don't have
common.
anything in common with? Because I did have an SREG. His name was Brandon
Mm.
SREG. Contact me, and he was like, "Hey, I contacted you because we have the same last name. I wonder if we're related. Also, do you want to go out sometime?"
Whoa.
In case we're not related,
In
or
case
if
we're
we
not
are, if you're into that.
But like, who are you?
If
Wait,
there's
who are
12
you?
Why
S-rigs
are
in the
you
world,
talking to me?
statistically you're related.
Do you think so? You think that's what that means?
Yeah. It's just like you everywhere you go. I think Chris Rock has a joke about it, about how like when wives get together and they're like, "Oh, our husbands need to be friends too," and then they sit you in a room together and he's like, "I like baseball." Why? I'm not trying to. Why? Those are the types of things in life I'm trying to avoid. Anytime you don't have to talk to somebody, I'm like, I'm just not.
Right.
I
It's
hear
not-
that.
Yeah.
You don't like talking to people, is what you're
I
saying.
mean, unless if I don't know you, you don't know me, we don't really have anything in common. You don't watch the anime I watch. Why are we hanging out?
You were talking to me about that last
We
night.
were
how you
talking a
would
little bit
rather
about that
just
last
not
night.
associate with people that don't have the same, like that don't vibe with you, humor-wise.
yeah.
I'm not actually. What I will say is that you don't have to have things in common. Like one of my closest friends, Darren. When we first started hanging out, I told him all the time. I was like, we have nothing in common. We should not be friends. And now we're close friends.
That's true.
Do you think that was because of a change in you?
Yeah.
You
Darren was a
changed
lot
for
older than
him?
me at the time, and I was a little boy, and then I became a man. And,
So what I was talking about last night was I like to. So the older I get, the more I realize that my time is precious.
You are old.
you're being way too calm and different to me right now.
Really?
I think ever since Lieberman hit you in the forehead with that computer.
Please tell the story.
Did you hear what you just said?
You know what's funny? We talked about this earlier, and we were like, should we talk about the Lieberman hitting me in the head story? And then
I
I was
said
like, that's going to
no.
make him look like shit.
No, it's not gonna make.
So we're
him-
not
it
going to
was an
tell the
accident.
story. You make
was
it up
an
in your mind.
accident.
People at home, make it up however you want. Say he threw
Lieberman
train.
took a bit too far, is what happened.
Lieberman had steroids that day.
Lieberman, like, God bless him, he's a sweet man. There's something seriously wrong with that poor boy.
No.
I
Something
do stuff
happened.
like that all the time. Like if I have a book and I pretend to throw it at someone.
I think
I've never
when
done
I'm
that.
holding my phone and I'm lying down in bed with it,
Oh, I've done
sometimes
that.
I drop it on my goddamn face.
I've done that.
So there's nothing wrong with Lieberman. He just was a little butterfingery that day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Lieberman's
the
always
word.
butterfingery.
He's always butterfingery.
I will say Lieberman is a nice guy. Everybody that
He's a
works in this
lovely
building
guy.
is a nice
Very
person
lovely.
with good intentions, but he be messing up.
He messes up a little bit.
Guys.
He be messing up. Lieberman, you try to pull that stuff on Steve again, I'll find you.
It was an accident.
Listen, I was the one abused in the face, so I can say that there's a shortage in that man's brain somewhere.
and I'm your homie, so I can jump in on it.
Thank you, my hype man.
Hi not?
I'm speaking in defense of Matt because he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I love
I
Matt.
felt bad for him.
Matt's a good man.
It was an
The
accident.
He
bit
felt
went too far.
like
It was an
shit.
accident. He threw his laptop at my face,
Accidentally.
and it
Well, he kind of
destroyed.
went to strike you with it, like as a little bit of.
He
a
went to, but I
tap,
mean,
but it wasn't. It was like a
at the force at which he came at me with it was terrifying. I was like, this is the moment I die. Like Lieberman lost his shit, and this is him going postal.
I saw you in shock. For the
I was in
very
shock.
first
I've
time.
never been in such shock in my
Yeah.
life, and in fact, I've never been punched in the face either.
Have you not?
Never.
I don't think I have either.
That
now
was
that I
the
think about it.
closest to a punch in the
You
face
should
I've ever
punch each
gotten.
other in the face at the same time.
That's worse than a punch in the face.
That's worse than the
you
punch
need
in-
to find
a
a
punch
way
in
to
the face.
one up him. He hit you with a laptop.
I can't.
Hit him with
Because
his
in my-
table.
This is why. There's so many impulsive things in history that led to the worst possible shit ever. And for me personally, I cannot justify getting him back in any way. It was
Look,
an absolute accident.
Steve, imagine how good it would be to feel, how good it would feel to hit him with the corner of this table,
Amazing.
right in the middle of his
Amazing.
You guys are
Oh.
terrible.
right in the
human
corner.
It would
beings.
feel
that would kill
amazing.
him. Like that would
Yeah, no,
legitimately kill
I wouldn't
him.
do that, but he did definitely create a horrible bump
Yeah,
on my
if
forehead.
And
it's
it's
gone away
also
now.
a reason why Steve is wearing different
It's
glasses.
the reason why I'm wearing a different glasses because he destroyed my other glasses. And,
Destroyed.
There's
All
a little. I
right.
know you're like wait.
Destroyed.
No,
Destroyed.
there was a little tiny scratch on his glass.
I'll be honest. Every
Hold on
time,
a second.
Every time
That's
you wear
not a tiny scratch, first of all.
So it's
every time you're talking when you're wearing those glasses, I do look at the scratch though. So
Right?
Yeah.
It's unavoidable. And imagine seeing this massive. And first of all, you can say it's a little scratch from your perspective. From my perspective, I see a massive thing in my face.
I
because
put the glasses on. I did try it, and it was just.
It's a nightmare.
I just realized
always there.
something.
It's a nightmare.
There's some stuff in this world that's real violent, like wars and nuclear bombs, in the corners of tables. They hurt.
No.
And when you hit your toe
On
and you're
anything.
walking at night,
On
Worst.
anything.
Step on a Lego.
Step on a Lego.
step on a Lego.
These simple
That's
things.
like stepping on a grenade.
Whose idea was it to like, we could round these out, but nah.
But no.
What were we going to talk about before? Oh, I was going to talk about the associate. So the older I get, the more I realize that my time is becoming precious on
yeah.
this earth. And so what I feel like is I have a very strange sense of humor. God,
cold.
you're a
You are
corpse,
cold.
Maude. You are a corpse. I want to hold you and make you warm.
You know how they say cold hands, warm heart?
No.
I don't. I say cold hands, no soul.
Cold hands, corpse.
You should crawl into Steve's body. He's
You
got
can
a
crawl
zipper
into
in
my
the back.
body. I smell bad on the outside as well, though.
Tell us about your
Get
life.
all
What did you
tauntaun
What did
on
you
me.
realize?
What I want to say is
thought they smelled bad on the outside.
that's exactly the reference I made. Thank you. What I was trying to
Just smell your armpit.
What was
I thought it was a subtle hint that he was saying I stank.
No, I
I'm
said
fine.
okay, whatever. We
Steve
moved
made a
past
joke that
moment.
he smelled bad, but I want to clarify that you never smell
Thank
bad.
you,
Steve.
Will.
I've
I
never
don't.
seen
Steve
you
is a
right.
very delicious smelling
Doesn't
man.
he?
you.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's all just hold hands now.
I
Can we
remember
all
one
just hold
time.
hands?
I remember one time the other day. I heard Steve say, "Oh, it was the first time I went to work without taking a shower." Wow,
It was.
plenty of days.
Oh,
Yeah?
don't brag.
I'm not sure if that's a brag.
This is okay. So let me get to this point I was trying to make. The older I get, the more I realize that my time is precious, and so I have a very strange sense of humor, and I find some things incredibly stupidly ridiculous, and I like to laugh about it. And I do bits, and I like to do bits with my friends, and sometimes hours of bits.
Hours of the same bit.
Yeah, I'll
Does
agree
everyone know
with
what a
Bree.
bit is, though?
Yeah. So,
Do they
but
know
but
what
you know,
bits are?
bits are like when you joke
Bits
around
are
with your
supposed
friends.
to be a little bit of bits.
Mm-hmm.
Bits are like when you joke with your friends in a moment.
Yeah. I mean, Bree is saying what a bit is. A bit is a piece of a joke. We do movies.
You guys
We do movies.
You
Yeah, we
do
do full movies.
presentations.
Yeah.
We are character. We transform. We role play.
You guys are
essentially,
3-hour Criterion box sets with the director's cut.
of a bad comedy.
Yeah. If Steve and I didn't have other friends, we could do it all day.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, it's like I realize that I love spending time with people that can do that and like doing that and enjoy that.
They're on your wavelength.
They're on my wavelength. They're in the weird zone of doing bits, and I feel like I'm happiest when I'm with like-minded comedy people who are all laughing at the same stuff, and so that can be exclusionary. Is that a word?
I see what you're
Exclusionary
saying.
to some people who either will get annoyed by that type of behavior or aren't on that wavelength whatsoever.
I feel exactly the same way as you're saying, but
I think everyone does in life.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
But I feel like I always want to be with comedy people. But I realized, like, I went back to the Bay recently, and I have a lot of friends there that aren't into anything like this at all, and it's so relaxing. These people
Yeah.
just like they sit there and they're like, so how you doing?
Yeah, you can't do it every
Thank
day.
you,
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah, you can't do it
Nailed
every day.
I'm saying I only want that every 3 months, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying
Right.
too.
Sure.
I like hanging out with
But
insane
they can still
people.
be on your wavelength. I find
Sure.
so if someone's not on your wavelength, you instantly know because having a conversation with them is difficult. You have to try.
Yeah.
A good
Yeah, you
on
don't-
that same
you're
wavelength,
right,
you
you're
bounce off each other and you get each other. And it doesn't mean because you're up here the whole time.
You should
Right.
have
It just
one
means
friend.
that you're picking up
Yeah.
what you're putting down.
No, you're right.
At any
you're right.
tempo.
And you're
Get
right.
on my fucking tempo.
A discussion shouldn't be a struggle.
Yeah.
No.
And hanging out with people shouldn't be a struggle.
And if I say something which I think is quite normal and someone looks at me a little bit offended, I'll walk away.
You know what? I take back what I said. It's not comedy people that I want to hang out with. I very love people who don't get offended.
Yes.
Maybe that's
Like-
what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's not even comedy people. It's just people who can handle ridiculous
Yeah.
shit, and they don't even have to be
Yeah.
amazingly like hilarious people. Like some of my favorite people are people who don't know they're funny as fuck and are just really fucking funny naturally and don't abuse the fact that they're actually an amazing comedian. Those are like the best kinds of people to associate with because then they're not trying too hard to be like a comedian or an actor or and in LA it's garbage. It's everywhere.
I've not gelled with people that are actually funny, but they tried too hard to be funny. And I'm like, not my tempo.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Those people, and there's a lot of that in LA. A lot. And you move away. You gotta. So that's what I'm saying. Like realize the people that you're spending your time with, and realize that potentially you're hindering what really makes you happy.
Yes. What a lot of people don't realize is that the people you hang out with, no matter how stupid you think they are, and you're like, oh, they're dumb, they will become a part of you. Their
Right.
sense of humor will become yours. You hang
Yeah.
out with dumb people, you're going to get dumb. You hang
Yeah.
out with smart people, you're
And
going to
that
get smart.
may not be the right thing.
Yeah.
That might be wrong. You might
Best-
realize that you're hanging out with the wrong people
Yeah.
when it's already too late. You pushed
Legitimately-
away all the good people.
6 months after hanging out with dumb people, you're like, so the worst. No.
Yeah, and then you hang out with someone who's like your exact match in as far as like conversations and energy goes, and then you're like, holy shit, I've been wasting my time with these deadbeats.
These deadbeats.
You
These
know?
ugly ass.
Ugly ass
put
roommates.
Something
buck
out
teeth.
to you guys. Do you think that this is like an old soul thing? Do you ever get this feeling where it's like, I feel like I've known you for ages?
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because you may have in another
Yeah,
life?
it's weird to
or-
me. I feel like I've known you, Steve,
Yeah.
since I was a baby.
I know,
but
it's weird.
I've known you for like, what, 2 years maybe?
At least.
At least, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Like,
Yeah.
but like I always say, everything before 2013 didn't happen in my life.
I love it. I love connecting with people like
I
that.
feel like
I like that
sometimes
question, Maude.
you can pre-adopt. So if someone reminds you of someone else and you've known that person for 7 years, then you've got 7 years of history with this brand new person just because they remind you of someone else.
Oh.
Have you had that?
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know if I believe that we knew each other in a past life because
fun, but-
because I've connected with so many people in that way. But there's no possible way I knew all those people in a past life
That's true.
unless souls only exist in
Yeah.
like one area.
I wish I believed that we were reincarnated.
I think that's someone
do
trying to
too.
look for a
I wish.
reason. It's like, how come we feel this way? I'll just say that
it must be we were this thing in a different life.
here's
Which
a question.
is a beautiful sentiment.
No, it sure
but
is.
I don't
It sure is.
necessarily
Damn it, I'm
believe
coming back as a mosquito.
And
I
also,
already
not
know.
only is it a beautiful sentiment, and I'm sorry, I disconnected us, but not only is it a beautiful sentiment, I appreciate interesting life concepts. Like I've talked about how I'm not a religious person at all whatsoever, but I appreciate the stories and I appreciate
Oh, yeah.
the messages because most of the messages
them.
kind of make sense. I mean, be nice to people,
Yeah.
treat them the way you want to be treated,
I
things like
think-
that.
I think it was Gandhi that said at the foundation of
Oh
all
my-
religions is love or something like
Oh,
that.
I thought you were being facetious. I
No,
totally thought you
Will
were being a
loves
joke. And that's why I was
Gandhi.
like, wow.
Yeah, it's
No,
rare
no,
that
he does. Will loves
it's rare
Gandhi.
that I
He
say
has a
something
Gandhi
for real.
poster.
Yeah, I would just want to say,
it's Ben Kingsley, but-
Everybody, all the time. It's Ben Kingsley. Oh my God.
So Ben.
People are always like, man,
Sir.
Gandhi was a bad person. I'm not gonna explain it on the podcast. Look it up. He was not a bad person. About that medicine thing, go look it up. Gandhi's
People
awesome.
say Gandhi was a shithead. You
he
know,
was not.
Here's the thing: people say Mother Teresa was a shithead.
Yeah, but
Why?
she was.
People love tearing people down.
I know, but like I feel like everybody has a dark side.
I don't care if Gandhi went down to New York and punched every little kid he saw. Let me believe Gandhi's a good person. Let me have
but
that. that.
See,
You
that's
have
the problem.
just,
But
you have just explained religion.
yes,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
Don't tarnish this. I need to believe in
I
this.
need
This
it.
is
Yeah,
my
and-
thing
and
that keeps me sane.
to the point where people will block out hard facts because
And
they just
science.
want
Science.
to believe.
I want to
But
believe.
that's fine. Faith is
David,
fine.
do company.
I know, right? David, he wants to believe.
I want to believe Gandhi was the best, and yeah.
But if we're good people, we won't stop you from believing that. If that's what you need to believe, then you go believe it. If it makes you better, more power to you.
My
mate.
thing is like, I guess I'm agnostic, maybe, if anything, because it would be cool if
You
something.
mean okay? So you don't know what you believe.
I don't know.
So technically, you're agnostic because we love to put labels on things.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. If I had to classify it in some way, instead of saying I don't know, I'm gonna say I'm agnostic.
Sure,
I'm
I-
nothing. I'm nothing.
And maybe I'm nothing too.
Yeah, but people's brains can't handle you
They
being
can't
nothing.
handle it,
Will.
yeah.
I know they can't. You have to have a
You
label.
can't see nothing. You
But-
can't hold
but
nothing.
my
So why
thing
can it
like,
exist?
Yeah.
Is like I just want to live in a way that isn't hurting anybody and contributes somehow to happiness and laughter.
Oh well, you're Buddhist.
So maybe I don't know, but whatever that is,
Rub
fine.
my belly, rub my belly, rub my
But
belly.
also, like if there is an afterlife, wouldn't it be nice to just know that you were a good person
Yeah.
before you died, and then and just in case?
Okay. Tell me if this is wrong.
Not that that's a reason to be a good person, but it's like who knows?
Tell me
just
if
wanna
this
be
is
a good
wrong.
person.
I don't.
Right.
The idea of heaven doesn't sound as fun to me, so I just want to know if I can get in, and then I just don't want to exist anymore.
You're like, it's like the VIP club. That's
Yeah.
a big line.
I just want to know if I can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but heaven, like
Am I on the list?
the
All right,
stuff
cool.
you read about heaven though is like your whole family's there,
Oh.
and like it's the most beautiful place, and it's
I know my mom's gonna be calling me up. Can I borrow $50 heaven dollars? No.
$50 heaven dollars.
No, Mom.
I just want I don't know. And then you think about if hell. I feel like we've already talked about this, but if hell is the place where all the sinful things occur,
It's
or where
way
all the
better
sinful
down
things
there.
were created, then why
would we
wouldn't
not wanna
you
be
want to be there?
there? Oh, I just
if
said
people
this.
are just fucking each other and doing drugs and stuff, how is that?
It was at
Hell
Event
sounds-
Horizon.
Here's the thing.
What's that?
The kind of stand-up shows going on down in hell. Louis C.K.'s down there. It's amazing.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
dead yet.
But can we
I mean,
just
when
talk
he will
about
be.
we're excluding the people who tortured people and animals and stuff like that?
That's true.
That's
Oh,
what's
we'll,
in hell.
We'll put them in a cage in hell. We know who all of them
We kind
are.
of already share the planet with maniacal people like that anyway, so
Yes.
sharing an
You're
afterlife
right.
with them probably isn't as bad.
I think
As long as you're getting that fiery hot sex.
that fiery hot sex and them good drugs.
See, in hell, you can't jizz in hell. That's the one thing.
Oh,
You
no.
jizz-
That is hell.
That's
hell
hell.
is you,
Hell is
you
not being able
getting
to
so
jizz.
close and not being able to come.
Yeah,
I
but
was-
heaven is you can only jizz when you make a baby.
Oh,
So it's like, which
I
one
was-
do you want?
when I was religious,
Which one's better?
When I was religious at the tail end, I wanted to believe that God and came to you however you would like it the most. So I was like, my God is Morgan Freeman. I used to always imagine that if God
He
came
is
to
God,
me,
though.
if anybody was gonna be God, it's gonna be Morgan Freeman.
Or Sam Jackson.
Hold on, I'm going to throw a name on the table. So when I interviewed Morgan Freeman,
oh my
but there it
God!
is, I
Hold
put it
on, the
out there.
table almost
I put it
broke
out
when you
there.
dropped that name.
because he is God, I got him to cleanse me, and that was pretty cool.
That's a great
So is that
idea.
something personal you want to reveal,
he
or is
removed the
that
demons from within me. So
Where did
What
that
did he
happen?
do?
he take you into his limo and he seduced you? What does
Do you
that
ever
mean?
think that Morgan
I'm
Freeman
Morgan
would do
Freeman.
that?
I don't know what. Well, when you say he cleansed you,
You know, like they do in the I'm gonna free.
Oh,
spirits.
sure.
And he touched my forehead, and I was like,
All right, Maude, for real. If you were single and if he was single and he was like, look, it's been like 3 months. You look good. Can we do it? Would you do Morgan
I'd
Freeman?
fucking do
I'd
Morgan
do it.
Freeman.
Or what's up? Yeah, I'd do it.
Hell yeah! If I was, dude, are you nuts? There's no part of my life where
Would
I
he
wouldn't be
talk
like,
me
fuck
through
yeah.
it? Would he be like, hello?
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
you do
He'd
the
do the
voice?
whole thing.
He'd be like, and
I'm
a
Morgan
Dufresne.
Freeman. Tonight, I'm going to eat out your pussy. It's going to
God.
feel good like the penguins. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
You're not really selling it to me, buddy.
I've read something so funny recently. It was like, now imagine all the movies Morgan Freeman does. Now imagine that he's high. Like all those documentaries he narrates.
That's good.
He shouldn't get
Here's
behind the
thing.
wheel.
Here's
Driving
the
the
thing.
state.
How could you not want to have sex with Morgan Freeman? Because you could say, Morgan Freeman made me come.
I know.
Like
What if he-
actually.
Well, but that's just preemptive. That's just you being very
What's her name?
positive.
No, because if Morgan Freeman has sex with me, I'm gonna come.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
All right.
I am. God, that is not.
What's the name of that old actress lady that always wins all the awards?
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. I'd smash Meryl Streep.
Oh yeah.
You'd get
wouldn't?
deep with Meryl Streep.
I
knows
would
what
want
she's
to like
doing.
get some talent rubbed off.
I'd get
on
under
me.
the streets.
Literally.
Yeah. Is she in the movie Devil in the New
Under the sheets with
Devil's
Meryl Streep?
Prada?
No, you'd get deep.
I said
The
I get
Devil
under the
Wears Prada?
streets.
That's her?
Yeah, that's
She's in a
right.
series of Unfortunate Events? Hell yeah.
I love that those are the two movies that you know her from.
Professor McGonagall? Hell yeah.
That's not Professor McGonagall.
No, I'm
You
saying her
would?
too. Why not?
Oh.
Who's the actor that
Maggie
plays
Smith?
Professor?
Maggie
Yeah.
Smith.
Oh, Maggie
Me and
Smith.
Professor
That's where I draw
McGonagall?
the line.
Maggie
I-
Smith looks the same age in Hook, which came out in like
Yes, she does.
1992 or something, 1993.
That's
Then she
'cause
does
she's
as
a wax
Professor
figure.
And I want her after we're done. She's like, 10 points for Gryffindor. Like,
Don't you mean Griffin Hall?
oh.
I can't stop.
points for
I won't
Gryffindor.
stop.
How's your brain work so fast that you had that? That's what I really admire. That's
The pun master.
All right, let's figure out our heavy metal songs really quick.
we're
Hold
making heavy
on.
metal
What's
songs. I
go-
forgot.
Well, I've asked everyone at the table to submit a question that everyone has to answer.
didn't do
What is
that.
metal, heavy metal?
Well, this isn't really a question, more so it's just kind of like a fun game, and you guys can play it at home too. It's very interactive. This is Create a Death Metal Song title, and I don't know where I found it. So, and it doesn't have a watermark on it for who made it, so I'm sorry for whoever originally created it. But anyway, okay, Maude, look to your right and pick the first item you see.
I saw a light.
Light, okay? And then what is this? The second word is going to be according to your birth month. What is your birth month?
March.
March. So your death metal song is called Light Dismemberment.
It should be called Light March, because that's dope.
Light March.
Light March is good. Light March is a little like Christian rock.
That could be
though.
like some Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, march towards the light.
We march towards the light.
Can my metal name be Imagine Dragons fucking?
Or Imagine Dragons in bed.
In bed. Well, fucking.
my God.
Fucking's way more metal.
Imagine if dragons were
I
real.
am. I'm actually imagining dragons.
Let's all
having
imagine
sex.
dragons. Real
And
quick.
the
love
type of
to.
stuff you could find on YouTube, it would be they like destroy towns.
Oh, absolutely.
Fire
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It would be so cool.
All right, well, your turn.
All right.
Look to your right. What's the first thing you see?
Wall.
And what's your birth month?
October.
Your death metal song is Wall Disfigurement.
That's too much like hers. I want to be Walmart.
I know hers is Light Dismemberment.
I want to be
Bree, Look to
Walmart.
your right. Look to your right. First
Darren
item.
Von Gardner.
And when your birth month?
DVG. April.
Your song is Darren Von Gardner Engorgement.
Yes, queen.
I know a few people that have performed that.
Engorged.
And mine is Microphone Rape.
What the? How?
Ouch.
It does not have
See,
that
I don't
on there.
like that.
It does not have that on there.
It absolutely does.
Oh, okay, so the answers could have been lobotomy, disembowelment, dismemberment, engorgement, abortion, rape, decapitation, execution, extermination, disfigurement, autopsy, and
Extirpation.
That's not a real word.
Let me see.
The last one.
Extirpation.
Extirpation. Yeah.
Does
must be.
anyone at the table know what extirpation means?
Extirpation.
Well, it comes from the Latin root of I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. That was a fun game. What kind of Jimmy
Actually,
Fallon?
Was
I
that
just-
your thing that you brought to the table for us?
No. But
Because
I-
Maude did ask us to bring in some questions.
I wish I had.
my
something.
question to you guys is dogs or cats?
Dogs.
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 I've recently started respecting cats.
What?
I respect
But like
them, yeah.
between dogs and cats.
Oh, it's gonna be the ugliest dog is better than
So it's dog. Thank
Then
you,
the
Will
prettiest
Smith,
cat?
for that
even
answer.
the dog that's been at the shelter for 2 years.
Sounds like Will Smith.
I know, that's what I said. Will did a Will Smith thing.
Oh,
it's gonna be the ugliest dog.
I try and do the thing that he does in Fresh
Wait,
Prince.
everyone stop. Will, do it.
Jaden, I don't know. I can't do
That was
Will
pretty
Smith.
good.
Yeah.
No.
Uncle Phil.
That was good.
And Maude does a good raptor impression. I don't know if
really
you can do it. You have to
do.
back away from the mic real far if you're
Okay.
gonna do it though.
So everyone knows the kitchen scene in Jurassic Park. I feel like I can, frame by frame, replicate that. Like
So-
to the point where if I do it, you'll be like, holy shit, there's a velociraptor in the room.
And to help you a little bit as well for the listeners, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of the raptor like dinosaur, like
I need to, there's two.
like
There's
snarling
two, so
sound.
I need you to help
But
me.
what we're talking about is literally the kitchen scene
Yeah.
from Jurassic Park. The sounds the raptors make as they're walking through the kitchen scene. Pull it up on YouTube if you gotta.
Watch along with me.
I'm stoked for
Frame
this.
by frame.
Okay, go for it, Maude.
So we've just opened the kitchen door with
Yeah.
the claws, so it's...
Bravo.
was
Bravo.
Hey, Will, can we leave?
Can we leave? Do you? I remember my mom always tells me about like how in like the 80s,
Perfect.
like
you did perfect.
It was great.
You were amazing. You guys can leave. It doesn't
We
make that
can
any
leave.
less
I want to hear.
amazing.
I want to hear Will's like urban legend from the 80s.
Oh no, my mom would just always say that like how people will remember all the dance moves to music videos. I'm like, man, people don't do that anymore because now music videos are just
Yeah, fuck it.
yeah, it's
Just
like some
fuck
sort
it.
of thrust.
it's just sex.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mom, I learned Nicki Minaj.
Oh my god, can you imagine a teenager coming in and saying, I learned all the dance moves to Anaconda?
I was
my
at a
God.
wedding
And
on the
he-
weekend, and there was this girl. She maybe was 11 or 12, and she was sexy dancing when we were all doing on the dance floor, and it was like
over.
so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
But she thought she was killing it with the moves.
That was like those fourth graders last night.
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
But Bree knocked it out of the park with these fourth
No,
graders.
what I actually did was really fucked up.
What'd
yeah.
you do?
Yes,
Oh,
it was.
Well, I know Steve loves when bad stuff happens to kids.
I
so.
always love when bad
Me
stuff
too,
happens.
because
But I'm not
these,
talking.
these kids were being little shitheads.
They
And
were.
so I put them in their place and I said,
They were
I said to
disrupting
these
our
fourth
meal.
graders, I said, if you keep this up, one day you guys are all going to get punched in the face.
You should have said die.
She also told them she was a drug dealer.
Well,
She
they,
said-
okay, well, one of them asked me, what do you do for a living? Are you a twerker? And so I said, no, I'm a drug dealer. Do you guys want to buy some hallucinogens?
It was amazing.
Do you guys think? I just remember being young, and I was so respectful, even if someone was like a year older than me.
Of
I don't
course.
remember anyone being that bratty. And I swear
Yeah.
to God, as soon as I was a little bit older, and they're a little bit younger than me, I was like, where did all these little monsters come
They're
from?
little monsters, literal monsters.
Yeah.
Because these kids last night, they were fourth graders, and their parents let them sit at a table alone by us. And this waitress comes out and is clearing the table, and this kid is like nudging this waitress. He's like hitting her. Hey, do you have shot glass? Do you have shot glasses?
he wanted to do the
These
Kylie
are fourth
Jenner
graders, 'cause
challenge.
He wanted, and he told us this. He like looked over. He's like, I'm gonna do the Kylie Jenner challenge right now. And she's like, No, we
Cool
don't have
story,
shot
bro.
glasses. And they're like throwing sugar packets everywhere.
And I love it. You know what you just made me realize? Absolutely, those parents, because we ate in this strange corner of the restaurant that was like, it seemed like in another part of the world. It was so isolated from the rest of the restaurant, and it was like us, and then this table full of children, and then the family nowhere to be seen. The mom and dad nowhere to be seen. They were
No.
sitting on the other side of the restaurant
Because
The
they
only
hate their
time they-
kid.
because they hate their kids.
If I had a kid like that, I'd be like, get away from me. I just need an hour
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
myself.
There's a place where you can drop children off and just wash your hands.
I call it the state penitentiary.
Where are you going with this,
You
Steve?
could go to a fire department.
Can you opt
A
out?
stoop,
Can you have a
nuns,
kid?
a
You just
nunnery.
need you just need a bit of hard love.
Can you have a
convent?
kid that's like 10 years old and go to the government and be like, I realize I don't want to do this.
Psych.
Like, it's not for me.
No,
I
they
think
could be like, "Hey, use a condom, motherfucker, get out."
Yeah. What's the lemon law rule for kids?
The lemon law.
That's
10 years?
That's amazing.
That's a great question.
That is a great question. I think I should have my mom card taken away. Not that I ever want kids to begin with, but I do think the best way to treat kids is like you're kind of their peer a little bit, and
Yeah.
you talk to them kind of like a friend would, and give them tough
Oh,
love. Like
yeah.
say, hey, you're being a shithead, and one day you're gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah.
All
If
right.
you keep being a shithead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the controversy out here.
Oh, damn.
I'm bringing out the big old box of controversy.
Do it, Joe Rogan.
We've heard about these things before. We've heard about this concept before, but I want to know what's really wrong with it.
What?
The idea of
Getting a license to breed.
yes,
Oh, thank God.
yes.
All right, let's
I
do
was
it.
about to say, when you said I
The
would hand my
idea
mum
of-
card back in, it's like, how is it that everyone gets their mum and dad card
Yes.
and then it can be revoked?
You
You
are
should
so
flip
right.
that. You should
What
have
is
to
wrong
earn
with
that.
that?
You have to get a license to drive a car. You
Right.
should have some sort of qualifications
Right.
to get
That's
have
It is,
true.
it is
And
gonna
they're-
be that way one
They're
day.
always like, driving a car is as dangerous as having a loaded gun. Having a kid, that kid can grow up and shoot up some motherfuckers. So you better watch out.
Yeah, the kid could be immensely dangerous than a loaded gun. That
Way
person could
more.
commit mass murder.
Nothing is more dangerous than a person.
Right.
Than a person.
So,
Preach.
but I think we're okay. So I'll play the.
Because you know who drove that gun and shot that gun.
I
It
think
was a
where
person.
I think where the danger and the controversy comes in. I think we're kind of like the just kind of like the issue comes in is how do you regulate that? Like where does it start? Where do you say where
Ask
do you
China.
like does it start as a baby? Do you give a baby some sort of stunted birthing thing that allows them to not have a child until they're
maybe-
old enough to take a test?
Maybe I don't know, but maybe the government stops giving people money when they have children.
I mean,
could be
th-
something
that's the
could
start of
happen.
something else, though. That's the start of
I
something
think that's a
else.
pretty good place to start.
I think that's a place to start for a different thing.
Because I have met people that have actually had kids just for the money,
Well,
which is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
That's more common than you think, and
Yeah.
it's terrible. But that would just prevent people from wanting to have children. They would still have the freedom to have children.
I think it comes down to the fact that a car is a privilege. Being able to drive somewhere, that mode of transportation is a privilege, but to have children is a right.
But it's like people still drive without a license. Many people drive without a license or insurance or the legality to live
And they're
here or
reprimanded
there
for
or
it.
whatever. They are, but a lot of people get away with it.
But if you abuse your power of being a parent, then your children are taken away from you.
I think
That's true, but I mean, what's the threshold there? Because obviously there's like abuse, but what about like being an idiot and teaching your children incorrect ways to be a human?
I think this is what's happening, and the more generations we go through, it's like the people that actually go, all right, let me think about this. Am I in the best position of my life to have a child? Am I in a good standing relationship with either myself or with someone else?
How often does
Am I
that ever come
financially-
into it, though?
yeah.
This is the thing. And then you've got other people that's just like, all right, I'm just going to have, 17 kids and whatever. I don't
Or
give a
like,
fuck.
I'm just gonna fuck and be completely irresponsible about fucking.
Yeah.
And then you're going to pass on those values and
Yeah.
morals to a bunch more people who are then going to pass it on and pass
Right.
it on and pass it on, which is why I think that racism is still a thing.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
it's being
Damn.
passed down generation to generation. And it's like, you know what? Religion. I was like, Mum, I kind of want to know about it. And she goes, I don't do it, but whatever you want to do, go for it. And I adopted her
But I mean,
values.
but
from
then you
that.
start to get into the thing of, okay, so let's say we've gotten to a point where there is a way to prevent someone from procreating until a certain age. And let's say this test exists in this like perfect utopian dream society that we've just created. What's the sort of things that would be on that test that would give you the A-OK or the hell no to have a child? There's going to be problems.
Question
with
number
those
one:
questions.
Are you stupid? Are you
No,
stupid?
but then there's going to be stuff
Ness.
like, but
Damn it.
But then there's going to be
Yo.
stuff like, how do you feel about illegal aliens, or how do you feel about African Americans?
and that's why it can never happen. Because
right.
we will never come to an
Exactly.
agreement.
No one will ever agree on what will go on
No,
that test.
You know what's going to happen is it's going to be like children of men, and evolutionarily, we'll just stop being
that
able
would
to
be great.
reproduce.
Is there a way to speed that up somehow?
Wait, we won't be able to.
Yeah, like people
have
are going to
babies?
be. Yeah.
Yeah, like-
people are just
oh,
gonna-
that's why it's
gonna
called
dry
children of
up.
man.
Like evolutionarily,
People are going to stop. being
population
able to.
control occurs in evolution.
Yeah. I'd like to see that test. I want some real trick questions. in
There
there.
absolutely needs to be trick
Okay.
questions.
All right, here's a good one. Let's go around in a circle. What question would you like to see on that test?
Are you stupid? It depends on how you answer it. If you say, haha, yeah,
Yeah,
you
and there's
stupid,
gotta
you don't
be-
get a kid.
And there's got to be enough for a fucking essay there.
Yeah.
There can't just be a line for or like
If
a
you-
box that says yes
it
or
shouldn't
no.
even be, are you stupid? It should be, do you feel intellectually distinguished?
Oh.
And then they're like, you never answer yes to something that you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, are you carrying
or
drugs?
how about this?
No,
how
no,
about
no,
this?
no,
Just
no.
simply, do you think you'd be a good parent?
Yeah. Sadly,
Do you
I
honestly-
feel like
Everyone would say yes.
Right, but
This
then
is so-
you can't just say yes.
this is gonna be
You
the
have
worst
to
thing.
say, because the question after that is why. And then the question after that is, what do you do if it's really
Okay.
hot?
Okay, but how many people would like cheat on tests or like just make up answers people want to hear instead of what they actually believe?
This-
I mean, that's true, but that's why there would be trick questions in there. And that's why there would be stuff like, let's say it's a really hot day and you need to run into the grocery store and your child is buckled in real nice and you don't want to unbuckle your child and you're going to be real quick. Do you roll your windows down? Do you go as quickly as you can? I mean, because there's some people on the driving test, the easiest fucking answers on the driving test, people fuck those up. The stuff where like, do you turn on your turn signal if there's no one around?
Yeah.
Do you even need to use your turn signal? Yes, you always
right.
need to use your turn signal.
See,
But
I don't believe that.
But idiots, but you have to.
Tie your
but that's-
tubes.
But
Tie
I
'em
mean,
tight.
right? You're
Tie
done.
your
No
tubes.
kids for Bree.
I'm about to say
Yes,
something
yes.
real jacked up. This is probably
Say
the
it.
worst thing I've ever said. I came from a really poor neighborhood. One of the worst, just terrible. Poor people, you guys can't have kids anymore. If you're like, damn, how am I gonna eat this month? Don't have a baby. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Michael Jackson said it best. If you can't feed a baby, then don't have a baby.
If you were like, damn, I don't know what I'm
Direct
doing,
quote.
don't have
Direct
a
quote.
baby.
It might be
'Cause
paraphrased.
That baby's gonna grow up. He's gonna be hungry, and then he's gonna shoot some motherfucker, and then someone's dead because you're a baby.
I mean, and plus, I don't know. It gets into a seriously gray ethical area because it goes into
I
this.
love you, Richmond.
It goes into this area of like, but why? And like human rights and like
Boom.
this-
Human rights.
I mean, when you get down to human rights, we should have the freedom to create a baby if we want.
I feel like we are 100 years too late. If this was going to happen, it should have happened a
Maybe.
century ago.
What's wrong with you today?
If you say
You mad?
But
No.
if you use human rights as an argument, then I can argue anything.
No, you're
Why
right.
don't I
You're
have
right.
basic human rights?
I'm not using it as an argument. I just feel that that's probably
No,
No,
you're
that's-
right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the reason
That's
why
exactly
it'll never
what-
That's
happen.
yeah.
exactly the reason.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, okay, well, human rights, you can have a baby. Okay, well, why can't I walk around naked? I mean, I could, but I'll get in trouble.
It's true.
hashtag free the nipple.
It's true. You get
Hashtag
to
Bree the
a
nipple.
place
Bree
where
the
the loud masses are going to say human rights. They're going to throw out human rights.
I got a question.
But the problem with that is exactly what you're saying. There aren't
Why
actual
limit some?
equal human rights.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no such thing as equal human rights. It doesn't exist.
So we all have a definition of what a good person and a bad person is,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Okay, what if all the people you considered were bad left the earth all of a sudden? Do you think you'd be like, oh, the world isn't
it would
as
be
fun?
like Tomorrowland.
oh my gosh, the news would be so boring.
The news would be
Yeah.
so boring. Somebody
Today someone adopted a puppy.
They called it
See,
Ted.
that sounds like a great news day.
That sounds like a great news.
Did
day.
you guys? Speaking of the news, I was just like, the ideal story would be about this this kid who got his third uni degree and he's 11.
What
Well,
a
that's
genius.
great. That person
So
needs to
at
start
7, he
Tomorrowland.
graduated high school, and by 11, he'd had
That
like
kid needs to have
3
kids.
Exactly. So let's.
That's what I'm saying. And you would
Clone
find that
him.
person
But what if-
with the test.
But you
But
would
what
find
if he's
that
the
person.
smartest person in the world, but he's the biggest asshole?
he's not
then
going to
you
want
would
to have
find that
kids.
out. Then you would find that out in the test.
In the test.
The test would show you
My question.
if that person's an asshole.
How
have
do you make it?
Have you had a pet? You know, and did you care for the pet, or did you want to kill your pet?
And not only that,
Joffrey.
And then it would.
Spoiler.
And not only that, it would get so deep into that. There would be chapters all about pets. There would be a point where it's like, have you considered leaving your pet home alone for an entire day, thinking everything will be okay when you come back?
It's just an animal.
It's
What
just
do they do?
because any normal person would be like, yeah, why not?
I love how into this you're getting.
Right? And
Yeah.
that person would not be allowed to have a child.
Yes.
Because even if you had that thought, that would lead to so many other
But
things.
if you tell someone who's angry and bad and horrible that they can't do something, guess what they're going to try and do?
Oh, they're going to do it.
It's true. It's true.
My mom would always say that about me. She's like, you always do the opposite of what me and your father say. I said, no, I don't do that. I just do whatever I wanted to do. I don't
kids.
go out of my way.
Ties, testes,
See,
testy tie.
No kids.
I have like when someone tells me to do something.
You
I'm
do
like,
it.
No.
No.
I have the like it's just like
an
everything shuts
authority.
down, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
I
gonna
have
do
no
that.
issue with
Is it a
authority.
problem with authority? Is
Yes,
that what it is?
absolutely.
Well, the better question is, does anyone at this table want kids?
No.
No, we're all selfish Los Angeles people.
I want.
Do you?
I want. Yeah.
What?
Have you always
You
wanted
would be
kids?
a really good mom.
Have
you out of all of us?
You
Maude,
would.
have you always wanted kids?
You would be a good
No.
mom.
No.
You getting around that age.
I'm still crying from that. I'm sorry.
You would. I'm just saying you are. You.
I think you would too.
It's actually a really selfish reason why I want to have a kid, though.
Taxes.
Every reason.
I think
is selfish.
every reason
I
to have a
don't
kid
look
is a
like my
selfish
mum or
reason.
my dad.
Oh.
What the hell is my kid going to look like? How much of my DNA is going to be in it? Is it going to look like a mini Maude, or is it going to look like an alien?
I pray to
What if I
God.
told you there's a technology that would show you
What your child
for
would look
sure?
like.
Bing, ding, ding,
Is it
ding,
really?
ding, ding.
No. But I mean, let's just
I would
say.
want to know.
Well, think about it. You can like basically create your dream child now.
I pray to God my kid doesn't come out looking like me. Please let him be a good-looking kid. I want him to have a good life. That's what we really should pray. Don't hope your kid is smart. Hope your kid is good-looking, and he'll get so far in life.
Isn't that sad?
That is,
Yes.
It's so true.
sad but true.
Oh, he won't have to do shit. Just show up and look good, and he'll be fine.
There is the ratio. The better looking the person, the more they are an asshole.
I met some nice,
It's
good-looking
so-
people.
You know what though? I think
Does
you've
that
got. They've
mean
got.
John Hamm is just the biggest prick on earth?
And that's like the crazy hot scale, isn't it? It's like the
that
hotter they
must
are, the
mean I'm
crazier.
the biggest dick in the world.
And that's definitely not true because the meanest people are the fucking hunchback.
Well, they've got something to be mean about.
I ain't got no change.
Those people though that are really, really good looking and they're
know
really,
what that
really
is,
nice.
though?
You're like, oh come on.
Let
there's
me
gonna be
tell you.
Sorry to all the
something.
hunchback
Hold on.
people.
Let me tell you what
They
that
have their
is.
period for like 4 weeks straight.
That's like
You're too pretty.
Gollum shit. That's like the people that are like, if you ever see like a super angry, like terrible hunchback person, it's because that
Men in
person.
Black?
It's because
No,
that's the Elephant Man. It's the movie I tried to fucking show you, and you didn't
Men in
want to
Black
watch.
one
We were
is-
all having a good time. Hold on, Steve just tried to put me on blast, and he's so wrong. All of us, all my friends are in the living room having a good time talking, shit,
Laughing.
shit. And Steve's like, all right, I'm going to slide a movie in without asking. What movie is it? Oh, is it Frozen? Is it Back to the
No,
Future?
we're not gonna
It's
fucking
the
watch
Elephant
Frozen.
Man. Why the hell, if I'm having a good time, the only time I'm gonna watch The Elephant Man is if I'm like, man, nothing could get worse in my life. I gotta see someone else whose life is worse than mine.
The Elephant Man is a beautiful piece of cinema.
It is, but Will's totally right. Like, that is a mood killer.
That
And
is a
also,
mood killer.
fuck you for dissing Frozen.
Please, whatever. That's a whole other
It's a
thing.
great film.
This is what I
haven't
want to
seen
say
Frozen.
about people that are like hunchback and probably angry at their lives.
We have 10% of our audience is hunchback. What if you found that out?
No, but this is what I want to say. I'm not going to hunchback shame.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is that it's like the Golem thing.
Not true shame. Not true shame.
Hunchback
Track
shame.
of Notre Dame.
Yes,
Notre shaming. Notre shaming. No.
What were you saying,
So what
Steve?
I was gonna say is that people like that are treated like shit because they look different and they're different, and so those people, no matter how nice they are just constantly beaten to hell with
Yeah.
like insults
And
and
they
how
will
ugly they are.
they will become socially
and
inept.
they become socially inept and angry at the world because they were treated like shit. It's like Gollum with the ring. Like
Yeah.
if Gollum never found the ring, he would have just been this like sort of gross-looking Andy Serkis hobbit.
They say that we will never get past.
Andy Serkis is beautiful.
Right, but as a hobbit, he was a little gross.
Isn't he with Sarah Silverman? They say that.
What?
Yeah, he is. Yes.
Good for
Ooh,
them.
the circus is in town.
Oh God! They say that we will never, get past wars and violence, and I don't believe that. I think someday there will be a day where the world is not at war, but we will never get over only liking beautiful people. It's just, it's innate. It's in human nature.
You're right.
I don't think we're naturally violent. I don't think so, but we are naturally attracted to each other and not attracted to the other one.
What are you trying to say?
That's
dude?
true. He's saying beauty is subjective, but at the same time, we can appreciate something that is. I mean, I guess, but everyone thinks beautiful people are different. So
Everyone
it's-
thinks beauty is different, but we
Yeah.
will. Yeah.
I have a problem with a guy that's like, oh, I can't tell if a guy's good looking or not because I'm not gay. It's
That's
like,
bullshit.
I
that's
can tell
so
if a guy's
stupid.
good looking.
I
We
will
do-
tell
we
you
do
my
put-
top 5 guys.
go.
Go, yeah.
John Hamm.
Oh, yes.
You're doing great.
Hang on.
I fucked the
I
shit
got
out of
I put
Hayao
myself
Miyazaki.
on the spot on
Is
this
that
one.
weird?
No,
Am I into old man? I'd smash Hayao Miyazaki.
Okay, Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
I can
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
that. I can appreciate that.
Oh man, I gotta get a Brit in there.
Am I gay?
It's
Ooh,
uh,
Loki. No.
it's how about Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, I just legitimately imagine myself having sex with Hayao Miyazaki, and I wasn't against it. Does that make me gay?
No, definitely not.
Makes you sane.
It makes you you know what it makes you? It makes you someone that is also thinking about the mind as well as the body.
Oh yeah, I
We're
want
all
to.
on a
You're
scale.
sapiosexual.
I want to hit
I'm
it from behind, and then
sapiosexual.
he draws me like one of his anime characters. So-
Draw me like one of your anime characters.
yeah, he's like
amazing.
75, but
Yeah.
I do
So-
think sexuality like flows on a scale.
I'm definitely into talent. That's like a thing for
Yeah.
me. Whoo, you can sing or something.
Talent, humor. Those are my
Intelligence.
tops.
So sapiosexual is when you're attracted to someone who's really, really smart. I have that.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
smarts
I have
are
that
like
too.
they're low on my list. But if you're talented and you're hilarious,
If
I'm
you
in love.
can't differentiate between your and your, there, and there, bugger off.
Yeah.
No kids.
No
kids.
kids.
You're off.
Sure.
That's in the test too.
That's a great question.
And also, you're also graded on misspellings.
Yeah, fill out this
Miss
this
Billings,
sentence.
you are.
You know, I'm gonna be honest though. It's been a while since I've been in high school, and sometimes I'm just
No.
like, how do you spell this word?
No, you're right. That's what Google's
Definitely,
for.
I will
And the
never
word
spell
is
right.
lavender.
Lavender?
Lavender.
Lavender.
Yeah.
Definitely is not
It's not
mine.
AR.
No, lavender.
No, it's ER.
I had problems with necessary for so long.
Oh, necessary is a.
Yeah.
Some words are
You
You know
just
what I have a
difficult
problem
to
with?
spell.
I have a problem with one of the easiest ones, probably. Restaurant.
Me too. I don't know restaurant.
Oh,
Wow, you're an idiot.
God, you're stupid, Steve.
Restaurant. Restaurant.
Yeah, I bet I would have been so much farther in my life by now because every time I've tried to spell out restaurant, it's taken 2 minutes off of my life.
Yeah.
no kids.
You know what pisses me off? When typos make it through to tweets and like any
Yeah.
new format with the insane red underline that goes under your horribly misspelled word. Are people just ignoring that red line?
You know what? Yeah, they are. You know what I dislike?
How could you ignore the line?
Autocorrect too. Sometimes.
What I do-
Not autocorrect. Exactly.
My favorite one with autocorrect is when they write definitely.
Oh,
and so-
defiantly.
and so it changes it to defiantly, and it's a different word completely.
hate
And they're
it.
like, oh, thank you for
I hate
correcting
it.
my definitely. It's like, it's a different word now.
I hate
I've
defiantly, and I also hate ducking and duck. Like when I'm typing out like you motherfucking this, it's like you mother ducking, and I'm like,
You know
crack
what-
the duck. Who
You know what's
says
the worst?
ducking?
You know what's the worst? When you try to talk some real shit to somebody, you're like, I'm about to ruin you, and then you make a typo. You're like,
Yeah.
That or you texted to the wrong person.
that I never do. I go out of my way. I'm like, Darren.
My dad sent me a text like a long time ago, and he's not very good at texting. So
My
I
dad's
give
never
him
had a
credit.
mobile phone.
My dad.
Oh,
well,
really?
Mobile.
Your dad should
Cell.
not be
My
allowed
dad's
to have
never had a
kids.
mobile.
My
phone
dad has
either.
never not had. I remember my dad had a pager, and we'd always be at dinner, and he'd be like, "Oh, gotta go do pager shit."
Yeah, my dad was like he hardly
the
ever
text?
texts, and so I have like literally 9 texts from him from like 6 years in a span of 6 years, and one of them is because I was like, oh, Dad, I'm gonna Frank and I are coming up. My brother Frank and I are coming over for Father's Day or something, and he's like, cool, see you gays then.
What did he mean to
Like,
say?
how does he know?
And it's like, right, it's like shit, he ruined the surprise.
What did he mean to say?
See you guys then. See you guys
See, my
then.
dad says
Oh.
that actually. Like too much. He's like, I'll see you gays later. Like,
And he
says it like
means
that.
gays?
He means gay.
Does he do this? Zing. Does
Do you
he
think
like
that
You
that's-
see, and then he chuckles at himself, and I'm like that.
That's
But do you
cool.
think that's
He can
okay?
breed.
It's okay because
Okay.
can
because I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm the authority on gayness.
I'm the authority.
Have you got gay scale? It's like grayscale.
Yeah,
Is that when you
the
touch
Kinsey scale.
a gay
catch the
person
gay?
that comes from the?
I'd love
from
to
the-
catch the gay. Oh, if that was really something. You know how some people like that's like the homophobic thing. It's like, oh, I can't touch you. I'll get gay. I'd be like, that would be so cool. I just want a 24-hour drop of
Oh
gay.
yeah, but your
And
gay
I want to
goes
have a
away?
conversation with Natalie Portman and convince her to leave her husband for 24
You
hours.
could still do that.
And I would go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were
And
like.
you would black swan her.
So it's like a
vagina.
gaycation.
So it could be like I could be like,
There it
man.
is.
You want to go on gaycation?
Yes.
You under that I could be like, man, none of these girls are into me, but I'm pretty sure I matched with one dude on Tinder. I guess I'm gonna be gay today. Then I take like an LSD strip.
Man,
and then
but
I'm
we're
gay
gonna get
that
into a
day.
weird place right now because, like, I feel
Yeah.
like it's so easy for girls because the female body is so fucking beautiful.
That's what I was just
But
saying.
you were,
so
you were
beautiful.
literally just saying you could name 5 guys you were attracted to.
I know, but it's like, but personally, it's like
You're just not attracted to guys, therefore you're not gay.
I just personally am not attracted to guys. I can tell when there
I can
is
tell
a
when they're
beautiful
good-looking, yeah.
person, a good-looking person.
But there's something that happens in my brain when I see a beautiful
That's
woman that
the
makes me
thing.
dumber.
And that's the thing.
This is the gay scale that I'm literally talking about, not being a Game of Thrones joke. But there's like 0 is what is it like completely straight, 100%, and then 10 is definitely gay, and people sit somewhere within the 0 to 10
Oh, yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
Like
Wait. So what is 10? Like
gay.
10's like definitely gay.
I'm like at a 3.
Yeah, I reckon
I'm
I'm about
probably
I'm
3
like
or 4.
I'm like a 2.5.
five's bisexual.
5 is bisexual.
It-
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm like a 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Were you
I'm
almost
like
bisexual?
I'm a good.
I'm a little far away from bisexual.
I've done like pretty much everything with you except put a
Except
piece of
penetration.
me inside. Yeah,
We have never penetrated
We've
each
never
other.
penetrated each other. So close.
Hey, Maude, how's it going?
Very well.
Good. Great.
But look,
I've seen the stuff they get
I
up
feel
to.
like it's so much easier because like a gaycation sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, here, it sounds easier in theory because a lot of women do say, yeah, I'd hook up with another chick. Would they enjoy it, though? Is the thing.
It would have to be someone else who's also interested in a
Girls are
gaycation.
better
do
kissers than
think
guys.
That's
Hands
that
down.
fact. That is true.
Yep.
But also, I feel like people just throw that out to say that. I think a lot of girls just do it for attention.
Well, they're a solid
Sure.
1, aren't they?
Ooh,
on
can
that
you
scale?
say that? You're gonna get in trouble.
it's true.
0 1.
It's true. But girls that claim to be bisexual,
Oh.
I believe you. I believe you until you're just doing it
Put
for
your
attention.
mouth
But
where your mouth
I'll never
is.
know. The thing is, I'll never know. I just
Put
know
your mouth
for
where your lips
myself.
are.
Put your mouth where
Where
your
her
mouth
lips
is.
are.
Put your mouth where they. Well,
But the thing is, it's like you say, yeah, it's so much easier for girls.
so then that's why I'm
because,
saying
yeah,
if
there's
it-
the stigma on the dudes obsessing over
No
girls
guy can be
together.
like, oh yeah, I just kissed a guy last night, no biggie.
They
And I was
sh-
like, that is such a biggie.
You're right, and that should be
Yeah.
that should go away.
Steve
because
has
people
kissed
should
more
be,
men.
I've kissed a lot of guys, but not from a place of attractiveness or a place of curiosity, but from 100% a place of jokery.
I kiss you out of love.
Aw.
Can I kiss if I kiss you because I love you as a friend? Is that gay?
No, it's love.
I love you, man.
I love you too. Will.
But what's wrong with like, why do we even have to ask that question? Is that gay? You know what I mean?
Because we grew up in a culture that like perpetuated the gay myth.
If
No,
I
you're
was
right.
a woman,
You're right. I'm throwing it out there.
Sure.
Like, why
Steve,
does that have
In
to be a
ancient
thing?
Greece times, it was a sign of status if you had young boys like in your harem kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like
What the hell?
plenty of young pretty
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
If the men had a lot of boys that they could,
Are we talking about Bryan Singer now? Or are we?
Ooh, that's a little close to home.
is it weird? If I was a girl, I'd probably bang you once if you wanted me to. Only once. Only once.
You know what, Will?
What
If
if
you
you-
were a girl,
you have
I
to
would
want
be
to.
all over it.
Yeah, I'd be over you
You
too.
have to want to.
I mean, I want to, but only once.
You're not necessarily like a good person, but
Yeah,
like, I like your
you
sense
either,
of humor.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
like your
I think
sense
we
of
could
humor.
chill. We could chill.
I
You're
think
not
we
the
could
one,
chill,
but we
yeah.
could hang out.
You're
We
definitely
could-
not the one.
You're definitely not the one. If I ended up with you, I'd
Comment
go in
below.
that
How
blood
bad
of
do
that.
you guys want to see these two make out?
And how bad do you feel like you're the one with your best friend?
Would you smash your best friend? Let me know in the comment.
No, I'm not.
Have you seen Tomorrowland? Let us know in the comments.
Do you feel like you're equipped to have children?
Is George
That's a good
Clooney even
question.
that good looking?
Yeah. Do you think that the
Yes, he
the
is.
want
Oh.
to breed
George
is,
Clooney?
is
Yeah.
dying as well? Because 3 out of 4, that's 75%, don't want kids.
And 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
That's
But
blowing my mind.
we're a different group. We're a different
All right.
group.
Guys, what a beautiful podcast.
We got deep.
We went into some
We got Meryl
weird
deep.
places.
It's over.
We
I'm
got
gone.
so
I'm out.
Meryl.
We
deep.
got deep impact all up in this. Maude, thank you for moderating.
Did you mean that?
Oh, absolutely.
That was really great. That was good.
The Modcast. I can't say it. I can't say it with your accent. It's a Modcast, and it loses
try to say
all
it in our
appeal.
accent.
Thank you for
Podcast.
moderating the Modcast.
Moderated.
bad.
Okay, thank you for calling.
The
me.
Modcast.
I can't. Nah.
What's the
I draw out my words when I'm American.
Right,
though.
riser blight. What is it?
Rise of lights.
Oh yeah, fun fact.
Rise up lights.
Here's a life hack if you want to be an Australian in one word. Say 3. Say rise up lights, and
Rise
it'll
up
sound like
lights.
you're saying razor blades.
Rise
Say
up
it.
lights.
As an
Rise up
Australian.
lights.
Rise of lights.
So I need to go to the store to get some rise up lights, and I thought that
Some
maybe
rise
I
up
could pick
lights.
them up.
On that note, thank you so much for watching this week's edition of SourceFED Podcast. Make sure you do rate, review, blah blah blah, because it makes us feel happy inside.
And also, like, we like to be number one. That's
That's
a
honestly
fact.
what it
That's
comes
a
down
fact.
to. We want to
Aim
be
for
the best.
aim for the moon and you'll land on the stars.
We know you guys are real powerful with your typing fingers, so why not
true.
hop to it? Because we love you guys so much, and we give you all this content for you to listen to in your ears. and
Are
have
you
such a good
guilting
time.
them? You're guilting them.
We
No,
give
it's
you all
not.
this content because we're amazing. We're the most amazing people, most
Yeah.
We
amazing,
give it to
talented
you.
people on earth.
Then why is so many more people more successful than we are?
Oh, good question.
That's a great question. Maybe
great
it's because
Maybe we
took
aren't the
test.
greatest. Maybe
Interesting. Yeah.
Guess what? We aren't.
Damn it, I didn't know
it
that,
back, Steve.
Steve.
That's a reality check. I'm not ready
Reality
for.
check.
Maud's the best.
Thanks,
You gotta have
guys.
one friend that tells it like it is.
She's moderific or some shit.
You're ugly. You should be a mom. You're a boy, and I'm a dad.
You should be a
Thanks,
mom.
guys. We'll catch you next week. Bye.